Hi, everybody. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and today I'm doing the live stream for the very first time. And if you don't know me yet, I am Pranav, the CEO and founder of the Intraday Expert, and I have approximately 5 years of experience in the trading industry. And today, I'm happy to have had a company where I have trained more than 150 plus people to become independent traders. So in this live stream today, I want to answer some of the questions regarding to trading that I received from my community. That especially by beginners or people who have not got into the trading industry yet, right? So before that, if you found valuable information from our YouTube channel, then I would definitely request you to click on the subscribe button, because that's going to help the algorithm, and probably this useful information can also be shared with other people, right? So today I'm going to answer some of the important questions about trading, right? So recently I sent out an email asking people as to what their number one question was, and one of the questions that was repeatedly coming in was, right, how long will it take for me to start trading by myself, and how much capital is required? So very two important very important questions over there, right? So how long will it start how long will it take for me to start trading by myself? So this is a question wherein it differs for different kind of people, because the learning speed and the contents that you learn are very very different for different people. The speed at which you learn and the things that you do is very different for different people. So what happens is, it's important that you don't run after learning the specific concept or anything in a specific deadline, but rather, it's very important that you go ahead and learn in the right way. It's not about how fast you learn, but go and do it in the right way. One very genuine source that I found to be useful during my learning period was Varsity by Zerodha. It's available in the Play Store. So Mr. Karthik Rangappa has actually given a lot of content in a very very nice manner, right? So we have a question saying, "Sir, need a proper setup for intraday. Please tell me about this." So every person can have a different kind of intraday setup, right? So depends. You need to come from the goal, and then reverse engineer it as to what you're supposed to do in trading. So let's say, for example, your goal is to make 1 lakh per month through trading. So the general way of the way amateurs think is that they just go ahead and think, okay, there are 20 trading days. Out of that, I'm going to trade, and out of that, 15 days will be profitable. Another 5 days might be a loss, maybe, and every day I'm going to make 2 to 3 thousand, and I'm done with trading. So it doesn't really work that way. The way it works is that you need to have a system to backtest. And if not backtesting, then you need to at least forward test it with a smaller capital, and identify what is your risk to reward, what is your winning rate, and what exactly is the time frame you have to test it out to ultimately deploy your entire capital. So you should not deploy your complete capital at once, right? So go ahead and test out. So if somebody is telling me that you don't have a strategy, that's exactly not true, because every trader will have a strategy, right? But they don't know how exactly, or they don't know the tools of how exactly to test it, or if it's going to work or not, right? So make sure that you start small. Keep things very very simple. Most traders that I see, who are struggling, they go through a lot of YouTube videos to learn strategy, and then they try to implement it in the live market, right? So it doesn't work that way, right? So they might give you an idea of how to approach the market, but you cannot just copy paste the same thing over there in the live market, right? So you need to understand what is your execution errors that you are doing. Some people have a major contribution from psychology, and they get emotional while trading. So trading is like business. So until and unless you are able to actually go out there and trade based on data, you will always trade emotionally, and you will not be able to get the results, right? So you're asking me that what is the best moving average for intraday. So, like, honestly, there's no best moving average as such, right? So you cannot use a single indicator to make your trading decisions. You need to have multiple trading multiple data points to make a decision before you enter into any trade, and that's exactly what we do, right? So like I was talking to you about how, let's say, if you have to make 1 lakh per month, then you have to plan as to make how to make 20 to 25,000 per week. And to make 25,000 per week, how much capital is actually required? So based on experience and based on what we do here, we majorly have built systems using option selling. And with option selling, we require anywhere between 15 to 20 lakhs to generate approximately 80,000 to 1 lakh per month on a consistent basis, right? So now don't get scared that you need such a big capital, but then you need to start small, start with 5 lakhs capital, and then eventually understand how to do that and eventually grow, right? So that's exactly how you're supposed to plan that. So yeah, I hope that answered the first question as to how much time it would take actually for somebody to go ahead and become a full-time trader. And one more thing is, always try to have multiple sources of income. Don't plan to have trading as the only source of income. So one game changer that has been for me is to make sure that you have emergency funds to sustain yourself for 6 months in case you lose your primary source of income, and having your insurances in place, so that now this trading income that you're going to get is not the only source. So there's less pressure on this trading itself, right? So when trade there's a lot of pressure on trading as a skill, you'll not be able to actually develop, right? So there's a lot of pressure. So make sure that you develop the skill first, and then there's no pressure added to it, so that you'll be able to perform with a peaceful mind. So that's the first question I wanted to answer today. That's how much time it's going to take. But a good amount of time is, give yourself 10,000 hours. If you do that, 10,000 hours of trading, then definitely you'll be a master at it. Forget trading, any skill for that matter. If you give 10,000 hours, you'll be able to do that. So next thing is, how much capital is required to be a full-time trader. So it really depends on what goal you want to achieve. So if you have something like 1 lakh per month or 2 lakhs per month, then approximately will be making around 3 to 4% on the deployed capital, right? So you can do the calculation accordingly, right? So these are the two questions I wanted to answer in today's live. So hope it was helpful, and I'll see you again in the next session. Thank you.